I think this number's a bit excessive.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're, I think that I think we should be comfortable with this, I think we should have money left
Kind of really
over.
solicitate those to bid. When you put it in a paper, when you solicit.
It'd be bid package like normal bidding
And they'll go
process.
pick them up at Bury,
And Bury will have them, they go back, pick up a pad.
they put money down and all kinds of
So
stuff.
what we need to do then is go ahead and commit the money to a money market account.
Like Ray said, if we don't get the bids, we feel comfortable with it.
We just keep
Right.
that.
We just keep bidding.
Right.
Yeah.
We post-
All we're doing is just setting our money to the side, that's what it's gonna be used for. And the county can go look, hey, guess what, FDC has a CD, it's sit over here, and it's ear tag. Ear tag. You know, it's been committed to.
Committed.
Like we are gonna need to be if we don't go
Yeah,
ahead.
committed, exactly.
I like that.
Committed to buildings retention funds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. This is a discussion item only. Number 9. As background information for a close review of Floresville Park plans, the city manager has furnished a 2012 engineering update, the most recent review of the Floresville Master Plan Parks and Board review. The city manager has also furnished a 2014 Sarah Damage Survey Report and Emergency Watershed Protection Program Recovery Plan for addressing the continuing damage caused by the San Antonio River under city park property. The author of the plan notes that if action is not taken within blank time limit given, all city park baseball fields and structures will be a threat to life or property. The 2014 cost estimate for the plan was $1,346,517. The city manager and FDC executive director plan on interviewing several potential park development planning firms and discussed the need for a two-pronged approach to the city planning. 1, current city park inventory needs repairs, and 2, planning a new sports complex.
I wanted to give everybody a benchmark starting point, and this seemed like the logical thing to do. For those of you that are not familiar with the problem out at the city park, the river is washing under a layer of clay, washing the sand out, and it keeps growing, and it keeps washing that out. Now, this is the rock chute and rickrack and all this stuff for millions. Now, this is a surprise. This is a surprise to me. And then this master.
It's on the second packet.
The damage survey report.
Oh, okay.
And you can read what, this was from Sarah, and you can read what basically they're saying, and as far as I know, nothing has been done with this report except drawbacks. And then this is the engineering report for the master plan on parks. And this is probably going to be one of the companies we talk to about the cost of putting together a parks plan. Henry and I both agree it'll be two-pronged. One is existing and what's needed to bring them up to standards, and then the other is the softball complex and slash YMCA plan. And so I wanted to give everybody the basis for where we are. You know, I've talked to several people who say, it's not that bad, but
Who says it?
but it's a problem that's not gonna go away, and it just takes money to fix it.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, one of the things Tommy and I were doing is we're sitting there trying to say, what is, I know you all said, well, where's the dire need? But I know Ben's been out on those fields recently, and this is an ongoing thing, it just didn't happen yesterday. It's been for some time. I wasn't here, but they tell me a couple of years ago, it really flooded really badly. And FEMA came in and offered some relief to different communities. However, FEMA was very specific and said that they gave flood money to Bear County. As you know, we're not in Bear County. Even though we were adversely affected, we wrote to them not once but twice since I've been here to say, hey, it happened to us too. And they said, no, only money that was going to Bear County. Because you're in Wilson County, you can't receive any of the funding. The damage report that was there, it's damage there. So they came out and assessed the damage. They came out and looked at the damage and gave me an estimate cost of what it was. And they said, okay, it's damaged. And that's all. But the fields are out there. I mean, we're doing some small things like the Lodi has some new nets, and we're doing some small things, but we really need to have a plan of how we want to attack this. Now, before I came, M&S, which is still one of our engineers, did this master plan, and I only copied the page that had to do with parks. I mean, it's a whole big plan. I don't want you to think that's all there is to the plan. But it identified what the parks, where we have them. It identified some of the issues that were there. And tell me, I'm sorry, is that 2010 or 2012 study?
Let's see, that was
The date?
2012.
2012. So, I mean, it's plain good. It's not that, oh, we haven't gotten any new parks since then, but those are the ones that we have, that they assessed at the time and talked about what we needed to be able to do. And so now, the administration is ready to move forward with the parks, which may explain a little bit why the council was saying, we gotta get about parks. I mean, there's a need there. But I think, from what I'm hearing from you, is that we need to be able to have a plan of action of how we're going to attack this. But I want to give you all the history. So Tommy and I have been putting ourselves together, what we've done so far, where we are, just to identify where all the parks are. One of the things, I mean, just from my short time here, Pecan Park is like, I don't care. I bet you the people out there walking right now. Any time of the day, morning or night, people are walking out there. So that's definitely a park that we need to address in reference to the restroom facilities. I walked it myself a couple of times. There's some erosion that's happening on the overpasses, little overpasses, 2 of them, and you can just see where it's going. So those kind of things, for those will needs, kind of like address where people are going, and definitely the bathrooms are something kind of issue. Lodi needs to have lights, so they're going to have lights, but we only have so much money, so we want to be smart with our money. And so we have a plan, we can build up this plan, it gives us a little foundation. I wanted to be able to, I know Jay's really into numbers, and so here's an engineering number for them to read to say, these are some of the problems that we need to have. And hopefully, this approach that you all earlier discussion talked about the YMCA, we can talk about this leads in the right direction, because they know we need all those things. And the YMCA can help us get those and a lot more to address with the seniors too. Of course, my hiking bike trail is going to be interested in reference to that. So it's all these ideas, we just need to format it into some kind of plan. So staff is doing their homework so that you all can have all the information we can have. So that was the purpose of, I think, Tommy sharing that what we have already, where we, historically where we've been, and hopefully we can come up with an idea of where we can go from here.
Have any of y'all had a walkthrough of this issue?
Walk through.
An on-site review?
FEMA?
I mean, actually, go to each.
And any board members been out there and been shown the issues that people are talking about?
Yeah,
I've seen some of it.
there's a fence up there right now, so you can't even go back there. It's fenced off, the city fenced it off.
Well, we've had some.
2011, I was over there.
We've had some really big rains recently, and
I
so,
see this report's talking about the event centers being one of the things at risk. And I'm trying to understand this.
Those are sinkholes, I believe.
yes, it's just sinkholes and things, and we can arrange it, but right now, we've actually cornered off because we're concerned because of the rain and the quick erosion. But we can arrange for somebody to come and we can get you to, go over there to see it. So I can have somebody point it out for you if you have some time, you wanna set a date, or you want to come individually, and I'll have my staff walk you out there so you can see further. I mean, Ben, I know you're coaching now, right?
Yeah, I'm out there every night.
Yeah, so, I mean, the kids are out there playing, and Little League has really been nice doing it, but it is.
Oh, I understand that.
But
No, like,
But the sinkhole
the
building.
single, there's a pile of dirt, and you just fill in the holes, and then it rains, you fill in again.
And the one, I'm like, you know, the field that's closest to the river where the light, you can literally see that in about another big erosion, that light's gonna end up in the river. They don't play on that field a
Are they
lot.
still playing ball
Yeah,
now?
like,
Yeah.
So is the event center gonna fall into a hole?
Vincent is far enough away from the
No.
river, I think the Vincent is fine.
Why is it listed?
No, I don't,
Well, they're listing the event center because they're calling it like the event center site. They're looking
yeah, I
at
don't,
this,
I don't
this
think the
site.
event center itself is in danger of that. They create some of the washout that runs underneath the field.
I think when they built the event center,
Yeah, they
they
did it
didn't,
wrong.
there's no retention ponds, you're gonna get there. So that water does wash away some of the fields, so not only do I think
It
you
wasn't
have,
engineered properly.
Yeah.
so there's the water runoff from the event center.
The
The
event
cost
center
of it, they're
is,
not.
is a contributing factor
Yeah.
to how the water is being relocated. And so you're right, there's no detention or retention ponds on that site to maintain the water. And so one of the rules you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to maintain whatever on your site. You're not supposed to run off into your neighbor. In this case, the civic center is running off onto the neighbor, which happens to be the baseball fields, which is going to the river. It is an issue.
And have you talked to any of the people that run the park out there?
They're just afraid. They keep packing holes and rocks and things such as that. You can see those little
With different
logs.
leagues, like, do people play soccer and baseball? What do they tell you?
That they're concerned about the field. They're concerned about, the money that they're putting into it and that it won't stay open very long. They were upset that we had to close off the park, the city park. Like, I think it's kind of like Lover's Lane back over there, if one person can do it. We had to close that off because you can just literally see after these couple of downpour rains, we had the little logs, they have it just all laying down. I mean, it's just shifting. And it's happening a lot quicker than they had anticipated. When they did the first study in 2013, right before I got here, they came back in 2014 while I was here. And you can see from Google Earth, I met with those people, actually Sarah, last week, and they're saying it's eroding faster than what they anticipated. I know you all have been in a drought for the last 5 years, and they're saying it's gonna rain for the next 7 days. So, we're getting the rain, which is a great thing, but it does have its effect. So, I'd be more than happy to arrange for park staff to meet anybody out there, take them out there to show them some of the issues. It will not be hard for you to say, oh my.
Well, apparently there are some real experts that came down here, and I'd like to meet with one of these real experts.
Oh, we can arrange that if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
The unexpert eye can tell.
I'll have Sarah to see if they can come and,
Yeah, Sarah's been wanting to meet with me for a long time, they send me registered letters.
Have we ever been, in the past, has there ever been any litigation against the city? Ever, like, anyone getting hurt out there?
no, we have not. We have been blessed enough, but I know, last year, the mayor, 1 year before, a couple of years ago, she had to close the fields because they were
Just to
concerned,
me,
but there was no.
Just to me.
We was talking about future damage.
It's a good one.
So, I'll see what I can do and get back with Tommy, let him know the availability.
Super,
And you're
super.
okay, just to pull in with a day meeting in case, I mean, most time you're available during the day, to meet with him during the day and.
I
you know your
can
board?
do it almost any time. I'm semi-employed.
Great. Well, then we can arrange and make it available for whoever's available and see if we can get in there. I know you're
I'm
available.
semi-employed.
Fred, if you name is Cantarana, ¿dónde está esa? La Cantarana.
Don't be talking Spanish.
Singing frog,
It's across from Steven Guerrero there.
Oh, okay.
singing
You know where
frog.
Steven Guerrero is?
And actually,
I know
Right
that.
where the culvert comes into
They
the
used to
road.
have the third part too, remember the third part?
used to be a baseball field.
We were there. Yeah.
These are my little brothers,
Your kids.
my older
I'm
brothers.
sorry.
Used to with Robbie.
The way they
Your
say
kids
it.
put that little entrance outfit there.
Yeah, they took it down.
I wish we used to have been in the lab.
About 4 or 5. They're going to these long meetings like this.
Painted all the
Bring
poles.
food.
Yeah.
Go, right?
Yeah, go
This
with
long.
And all the tennis.
I ain't gonna pick my face.
Peanut gallery said, yeah.
I wanna pick Jason.
Oh.
I lost my agenda, you got me so nervous.
Do it, let's do it.
Well, the last thing I want to see is a hodgepodge or a fly swatter type approach to what we do.
Absolutely.
But I don't wanna overdo it.
You're
Well, I
right.
don't, it's not so much that, it's don't want to underdo it either, we want to do it right. I think
I agree with you, but
that's-
you gotta be committed.
I think
Well,
it's,
but you gotta have a plan
No, I
first, you know,
understand that,
to
but
do
my
all the
point is,
research and to
it's
know
not one
what
of
needs to
those
be
iffy
done
kind of
first.
things, you go out there, you're gonna know you need to commit yourself to do something.
I understand.
No, I agree with you, we don't wanna, you know, in fact, it may not be the best thing to do to fix the river, let Sarah do it, you
Well, I
go
don't think
elsewhere.
that's gonna be probably an option for us, from what I
You
understand.
know, I think if people did,
That San Antonio building all those houses, putting all that asphalt in, contribute to it.
you know, I think if people had taken soil samples, and, I mean, just the simplest of things, to find out if we got a problem with
And probably back then, nobody
subsurface.
thought about.
for like extra, you don't know what craters are.
Bueno.
How was that?
Okay.
Okay, so finish all the discussion on item number 9, everybody?
Got through?
Any more questions for the city manager? Okay, item 10, discussion and possible action, consider an employment contract between FEDC and Tommy Baker. You've got actually 2 items that I think need to be voted on to go there. Item 7 and 10.
We're gonna vote together.
We'll take a little break.
Yeah,
Are we
gonna
sure,
vote on
sure.
this?
This night, we,
You wanna adjourn to-
Do we have a copy of the employment contract?
Okay.
We're
One
going to.
day, you still get your, I took mine off.
no, the age not a problem, it's just my age.
Did you
We're
take?
gonna
did
adjourn
you
for
able
potty
to-
break and
Huh?
then
Did
Is
you
that
were
all?
able to take that to your brother?
You do that.
Oh, I will,
thought those
later.
sweets-
No, I did.
Yeah, I ordered it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Taco Bell's bringing it in.
It's been a good day, sir.
Let's see, that's running good.
We'll do the contract first and then you
I
can
gotta
see.
set off the breaker.
Yeah, are you going to stay here?
No, we're going to go into executive
Executive
session.
session.
But you're going to stay in this room?